Dear friends, let me first of all congratulate you all on this occasion of the National Prayer Day. I'm, I'm also thankful to the President and Executive of Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Trinidad. Prayer is very important. In fact, in Vedic philosophy, three words have been used: Stuti, Prarthana, and Upasana. Maharshi Dayananda has given an elaborate explanation on these three words. Stuti, Prarthana, and Upasana, we have the mantras relating to these three words in our Havan books or Sandhya books also. So, what is Stuti, what is Prarthana, and what is Upasana? The need is to understand these all three terms. Stuti means just to define and describe the quality of a thing. Quality. So the best thing in the world is Brahman, best thing in the world is God, best thing in the world is Almighty power. So if we are going to describe or define the qualities of that almighty power or the Brahman or the God, that will be the stuti or eulogy, you can say. So, if we are going to eulogize or describe the powers and the qualities of that Brahman, that means we are going to accept his existence. We are going to adjust the existence of the Brahman, and that is one of the sign of a astic person. Astic means who have a person who has the positive attitude in the worldly things and in Brahman, who accepts the existence of the superpower in this world. Once you accept the superpower, existence of the superpower in the world, what will happen? You will feel that you are not so powerful. Then your behavior will change. And if you will feel that you are the supreme power, then you may start dictating terms to the people as per your whims and wishes. This is what is happening today. We have seen the Russia is attacking Ukraine the way they are destroying and eliminating everything in Ukraine. Because of that, the ego or the power or the feeling of the superpowerfulness. So the stuti is very important, just to keep a person to his limits so that he may not go beyond the limits and start damaging the things in the world. That is why the stuti of the Brahman has been prescribed in our Shastras. The second word is prayer. What is prayer? Stuti is just mere describing the quality of the Brahman, that is stuti. But the prayer is not only the stuti, but it includes certain wishes for our surrounding, for the people living in on this globe and around us. So we are demanding from the Brahman or from God the well-being of the entire society, the good of all. So prayer includes some demands from the Brahman, and that demand should not have some selfish interest. Those demands should have the larger interest of the society. And when you will do such prayer demanding the larger interest of the society from Brahman, praying the larger interest of the society from Brahman, then what will happen? You are not going to disturb the peace and harmony in this world, because you want the well-being of every person on this world. Our prayers, Sangachadvam Samvadadvam Sango Mananasi Janatam. Let us go together, walk together, think together, eat together. All these type of thinkings, these they tell in very explicit terms that when we pray the well-being of the whole universe, we are not going to damage it. We are going to sit with other persons in very affectionate manner. So that is the importance of prayer. All our mantras, just like I can take, for example, even the Gayatri mantra, what it says, Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. We are praying for the intellectual power, and this intellectual power is the real guiding force for a human being. If you are not intelligent enough to understand the pros and cons of the works that you are doing, then certainly it will be a problem for you and for others also. The glaring examples are today before us. The people who are not using their intellectual power, they are going to damage the society. Similarly, other mantras also, Prajapati Natvadetaranyon, all these mantras, what they say, they are saying the Vayam Sham Patayu Rainam Yat Kamas Tanno Vastu. Whatever desire we have, whatever we think that should materialize, that should be fulfilled, and we should be the master, we should be the owner of these spiritual powers and the mundane worldly powers and the prosperity. So these prayers, these mantras that belong to the category of prayer, they are demanding, through these mantras we are demanding, or we are praying to the almighty power for the well-being of the whole globe and well-being of the whole society. So the prayer, when you do prayer, it also have some psychological effect on you. When you are going to do prayer to the Brahman, that shows, sorry, हेलो, हेलो। अब ठीक है, अभी मेरे को फोन मत करना, मैं फोन करूँगा, मेरा एक लेक्चर है, ठीक है। So that prayer, it also relieves you from the ego. Every person has ego in him. And if you do prayer, that means something is more powerful than you, and your ego is removed. Then what happens? If your ego is removed, what will happen? You will become a very, you will try to become a very humble human being. And this humbleness is the greatness, and it leads you to the path of salvation or emancipation. That is most important for a person to be humble and to live a spiritual life. So, ego is the main problem. And even in fact, when we go by the Vedic philosophy, Vedic philosopher says, so long as a human being has ego or ahankara in himself, he cannot attain a moksha. When the moksha is attained, first of all, you are going to withdraw your mind from this outside world, when the mind will be withdrawn from the outside world, what will happen? It will concentrate itself into the inner self. It will merge with your soul inside, with our soul inside. And when it will merge with the soul inside, then only one thing remains to be removed, and that is the ahankara, the feeling of I-ness, that my existence, I have an individual existence, I'm an individual separate from others. When this feeling of ahankar is removed, then that individuality, the feeling of individuality, that will convert into the feeling of universality, and you will feel yourself a universal being. And this is the way a person gets merged with the Brahman, and that is known as moksha. So, when you do prayer to the higher powers, so your ego will be removed. You will no longer be an egoist person. And so long as you are an egoist person, you cannot move forward on the path of spirituality. That is the most important thing. And the third word is upasana. In fact, this the word upasana contains in itself all the three words: stuti, prarthana, and upasana. So, what is upasana? In very simple terms, upasana is meditation. When you meditate upon Brahman, when you concentrate upon Brahman, then that is known as Upasana, and that meditation is done through yoga only. These are the yogic exercises: dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So, through this Upasana is done. So, Upasana and Prarthana and Stuti, they are one and the same thing, but they have different phases. At one phase, you are just going to eulogize the Brahman, describing his powers. You are just creating a feeling in yourself that there is some existence which is more powerful, which is governing the entire universe. So that feeling is known as stuti. And when with a feeling, and when you are assured that some supreme power is existing in this universe, then you will start praying to him for your needs and for the well-being of others, because your prayer should be addressed to a particular, to the right person, and that right person is the Brahman. So that prayer, through that prayer, then only your demands will be fulfilled, your wishes will be fulfilled, because you are going to the right person, you are going to the right place, and that right place is Brahman. And when we do stuti and prarthana, we just pronounce his name. And what is the best name for the Brahman? Our Vedas, Brahmanas, and the Darshanas, the philosophers, they say that Pranava, Pranava is the actual name of the Brahman or the God. Pranava. And further, the Patanjali says, Tad japas tadartha bhavanam. When we are reciting the Pranava, the name Om, the word Om, it means we are just directing our mind, our intellect, and our powers to that Almighty Brahman. We are addressing him. Tad japas tad artha bhavanam. If we are reciting Om, that means we are praying to the Brahman. So Om is the right name of the Brahman. We should pronounce Om if we want to do the stuti and prarthana of Om. That is why in Sandhya mantras you might have seen that before every mantra we are adding the word Om. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuvaha Yada Bhadramma Tanna Asuvaha. So this is a prayer. Whatever is good, that should come to us, and all bad things should be removed from us. So these type of prayers are there. So by these prayers, by this stuti, your body will be purified, because we have three things in us. Number one, the body. Number two, the mind. And third one is the soul. So purification of the body, it can be done with the help of taking bath and all these things, external things. And purification of mind, that is done, that is exercised with this help of stuti and prayer. And the purification of atman, that is done with the help of tapaha, with the help of upasana, or that meditation. So these three things are most important, just to purify our body, mind, and soul. That is why lot of emphasis was given in our Vedic philosophy on these three things. And further, in Ishavasya Upanishad says that a person who is not going to give food to the soul, these three things are the food to your soul. If you are not feeding your soul with all these things, that means you are killing yourself, soul. And that is known as Atma Hatyaha, the killing of the Atma, Atma Hatyaha. And such persons, in Ishavasya Upanishad, a shlok is there, it says, Asuryanam te loka andhena tamasavrita tanste pretya vigatsanti ye kecha atmahanojana. The people who are killing their soul, or who are not doing any stuti, prayer, and meditation of the Brahman, who are not doing tapaha, who are not acquiring knowledge, they are killing their souls. And such persons, they are known as atmahatyaraha, suicide. They are committing suicide, and such suiciders, they are going to asuryanam te loka andhena tamasa vrataha. After death, they will go to such species which are known as asura species. Andhena tamasavrita, such asura species, they are devoid of the light of the intelligence. They are enveloped in the darkness of ignorance. And such species, these species are the species of animals, trees, insects, birds. These are species lower than a human being species. And the mantra very explicitly says that if you are committing suicide, not you are committing your body, but if you are killing your body, if you are killing your soul, then you are going to occupy in your next lives the asura lokas. The asura lokas means those species of living beings that are below the species of a human being. And those species of those such species are the species of animals, birds, insects, and plants. These all animal world, they are known as asura lokas. And this human species, this is known as manushya loka. And the divine human beings, divinely inspired human beings, who have uplifted their self with the help of tapaha, with the help of upasana, prarthana, and yoga, they are known as sura lokas, divine human beings. So divinity, normal human being, and the lower life, that is the life of animals. So the philosopher, the Vedic mantra, in very explicit terms says that if you are committing suicide, if you are not doing stuti, prarthana, upasana, acquiring knowledge of the scriptures, then you are committing suicide, and after death you are going to be born as a lower living being and not as a human being. I think I have taken a lot of time, and I thank you all for listening me patiently on this subject, the importance of prayer in today's world. And let me also thank Parsuram Singh, Roshan Parasuram Singh, the president of Arya Pratinidhi Sabha of Trinidad, all executive members, and other my brothers and sisters of Trinidad for giving me a patience hearing. Thanks.